Reading aloud is not just about reading, it is training your brain and your mouth to work together. Start with something you enjoy, a book, a journal, or even an essay. As you listen to yourself speak, pay attention to your pronunciation, pacing, and rhythm. Gradually challenge yourself with complex text. Before you know it, you'll be more comfortable with your speech patterns. Recording yourself might be a little awkward at first, but it is one of the best ways to identify areas for improvements. When you listen to yourself speak, you can pinpoint any filler words, anchored pauses, and even hear your overall pacing. It is like having a personal coach without the cost. Now, let's talk about shadowing. Shadowing involves listening to a fluent speaker, whether it's a public speaker, actor, or news anchor, and trying to mimic their speech. Pay attention to their pacing, intonation, and articulation. Try to match their tone and rhythm as closely as possible. This technique is especially useful when practicing speeches or presentations. The more you shadow, the more natural and fluent your own delivery will become. Ready for something fun? Let us dive into our tongue twisters. Why not have some fun with your fluency practice? Tongue twisters are a playful and challenging way to improve your articulation and speech clarity. Try saying these fast. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. The more you practice, the better you'll get at speaking clearly and steadily. Just like exercise for your mouth, tongue twisters builds muscle memory for a clear and confident speech. Next up, practice with flashcards. Flashcards are not just for studying, they are a great tool for fluency too. Write down key phrases or points from your speech or presentation in flashcards. By practicing with this, you'll become familiar with the flow of your message, helping you deliver it fluently without relying too heavily on your notes. According to Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett, a neuroscientist and psychologist, public speaking fluency is not just about speaking quickly, but about being able to modulate your speech in a way that keeps your audience engaged. She suggests that practicing under different conditions, like varying environments and audiences, can help you strengthen your fluency skills. Speaking of fluency, did you know that 75% of people experience speech anxiety? But here's the good news. Regular practice can reduce that anxiety by up to 50%. So the more you practice, the more comfortable and confident you'll feel when speaking in front of others. Remember, improving fluency takes time and practice, whether it is in reading aloud, recording yourself, or even shadowing fluent speakers. Each technique will help you become comfortable and confident as you ever wanted to be. Hey there! If you've ever wanted to sound more persuasive, confident, and clear when you speak, whether it is in meetings, conversations, or presentations, improving your articulation can make all the difference. And a strong articulation can impact how others perceive you, and a well-spoken individual often appears to be more competent, professional, and engaging. But what exactly is articulation? Well, it is not just about pronunciation. It's an ability to speak clearly and express your ideas in a way that it is easier for others to understand. In this video, we'll go through 9 steps to help you become more articulate and improve your speaking skills. Ready? Let's jump in! First off, listen to yourself speak. It may feel a bit strange at first, but recording your voice can be incredibly enlightening. Take a few minutes to record yourself speaking, whether it's a casual conversation or a formal presentation. Once you listen to it, you might be surprised at what you hear. Are there words that sound unclear? Do you rely on filler words such as or like? Identifying these areas will help you improve your clarity. Next, let's talk about speed. Speaking too quickly can make it hard for others to follow, and speaking too slowly can make you sound unsure and lack of energy. But you can measure it by listening to your recording and measuring your pace. When you're passionate, it's okay to speed up for emphasis. But if you're discussing something serious, slow it down to give it more weight. Unnecessary words such as like, and okay can distract your audience and can make you sound less confident. So let me show you what I mean. Today we're going to discuss about articulation. See, how stronger would that be without the filler? So it is important to make a conscious effort to eliminate those fillers, and you'll surely sound more polished. Let me give you an example. Articulation is not just about clarity. It is about conveying your message with confidence. Notice how those pauses make the points feel more significant. It also helps you avoid rushing through important information. Now, pronunciation is the key to being understood. If you find yourself struggling with certain words or sounds, practice them daily. Take words like mischievous. It's pronounced mischievous, not mischievous. Pay close attention to syllable stress and damping sounds. Your voice shouldn't trail off at the end. Make every word count. Next, vary your pitch. Pitch refers to how high or how low you speak, and it helps make your speech become more engaging. And now let's try mixing things up. Speaking at a higher pitch can help you sound more enthusiastic, and speaking at a lower pitch can employ authority and seriousness. A range of pitch can help you sound more natural and expressive. Your volume matters too. Make sure you're loud enough for everyone to hear, whether you are in small meetings or large audiences. Too quiet, it's hard to be heard. Too loud, it might seem overbearing. Find the volume that's appropriate for your setting. You want to be clear but not shout. Confidence plays a huge role in articulation. When you're nervous, it's easy to stumble over words or speak too fast. To develop confidence, take care of yourself. Before a speech, do something that boosts your confidence. Exercise, meditate, or even write in a journal. The more you feel confident about yourself, the clearer and more articulate you'll sound. Finally, the best way to speak well is to prepare thoroughly. Know your materials inside and out. When you're aware with its content, you will speak more naturally and you will not rely on your notes. The less you focus with your words, the more you can focus on how to deliver it clearly and confidently. By following these 9 steps, listening to yourself, checking your speed, eliminating filler words, using pauses, practicing pronunciation, varying your pitch, speaking at the right volume, boosting your confidence, and preparing thoroughly, you'll be well on your way to become a more articulate and effective communicator. Remember, articulation isn't about perfection. It is about practicing consistently and making a small adjustment that add up over time. Keep refining your skills, and soon enough, you'll sound more confident and persuasive every time you speak. Welcome to this instructional video on projection in public speaking. Whether you are delivering a speech, a presentation, or just expressing yourself in front of an audience, projection is one of the most crucial elements that can make or break your message. But what do we really mean when we talk about projection? When we talk about projection, we are referring to 2 important things: physical presence and vocal delivery. But here's something you might not know. Just like in psychological projection,
where you might unconsciously place your own feelings and assumptions towards others, your physical and vocal projection can influence how others perceive you. Let's start with the most obvious form of projection, your voice.
When we are nervous or uncertain, we might subconsciously lower our voices, making it hard for the audience to hear us. Much like when someone projects their insecurities into others, because they are afraid of being judged. Just like in psychology, projecting the right energy outward can shift how others see you.
By speaking clearly, loudly, and confidently, you are not just conveying information, you are conveying authority and trustworthiness, and that is the power of vocal projection. Let's now talk about physical projection.
When speaking in front of others, your posture and body language play a huge role. It's much like how in psychology, when you feel insecure, you might hide your emotions or appear smaller to others.
In contrast, by standing tall, rolling your shoulders back, and using open gestures, show confidence and presence. This sends a message that you're in control, both of your body and your words. Try practicing these positions.
It gives you the foundation to move freely without looking stiff or rigid. Add in a little bit of natural hand movement as you speak, and it feels more like a conversation than a performance.
Remember, just like in everyday interaction, you want to express yourself comfortably and naturally. And speaking of interaction, eye contact is a key part of projection. When you look someone in the eye, it's like you are connecting with them, not just addressing the crowd as a whole.
In fact, a good rule of thumb is to maintain eye contact for about 5 seconds. It is with different sections of the room, left to right and front to back. Sometimes, projection also involves knowing when to adjust your tone. If you're feeling self-conscious about something, maybe the topic is personal or emotional, and you might find yourself speaking more softly or defensively. This is like projecting your inner doubts onto the speech.
But to truly engage with your audience, you need to project sincerity and openness with your voice, varying between softer tones for emotional moments and louder tones to emphasize your points. As you practice these techniques, remember, projection doesn't mean being over the top or shouting at the crowd.
It is about finding a balance, speaking clearly, standing confidently, and connecting with your audience in a way that feels genuine and engaging. Finally, let's talk about the overall energy you bring to the room.
Just like in psychological projection, when you project negativity or insecurity, audience might pick up on that. But if you project clarity, confidence, and authenticity, the entire atmosphere shifts.
Your energy will shape how others perceive you and how effectively they understand your message.
Remember, projection isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It is about tapping into the best version of yourself. Thanks for watching! Now, go out there and project your voice, your confidence, and your message with clarity. You've got this!